The Rock. I have a new docu-series out on YouTube called In the Mix with Twixt that is currently airing on the Chasing Reality YouTube channel. I've been working with that channel for about 5 years now, where I started out on their flagship show, Chasing Atlanta. I came out season 3 and I've been there ever since. And the powers that be have granted me to have my own spinoff, which I am very, very excited about. I'm very grateful to God for, and I'm so happy to be sharing this journey with you all. Okay, so we're gonna start at the top. So let's talk about how this show came about. So I got an invite from Theo, who is a travel agent who you all will meet later on in the show, to host my own international group travel experience, okay? He works underneath Lebra Cologne, who does the trips that T.S. Madison does, right? And I actually went on one of those trips years ago. I think back in 2019 we went, or 2019 when we went, where she basically hosted this trip to the Dominican. The people who follow her, her friends, her family, get to come along, and they have this curated experience of just fun. They meet and party with the people, and so they thought Theo just joined, actually. Theo and Lever thought that I would be perfect to host my own. At the time, I wasn't really confident in myself and my following. I mean, I have a nice following. I love my following. They are very engaged. However, I just didn't think that I had the power and the wherewithal to convince people to go out of the country to come party with me. I just didn't think I did. And they were trying for months to get me to sign on. I was like, you know what? I don't know. I really need to come up with a plan, which is what I did. So I was like, you know what? At the time, Chasing Atlanta was airing. So I was like, I could market the show to one of my biggest followings or demographic, which is Chasing Atlanta, and hopefully that'll help me get numbers, which it did. And to make it even spicy, following the model that T.S. Madison did, she had Funky Dineva and Miss Sophia come along on the trip. So I was like, I need my own people to come along with me. One, it'll kind of help happy Pride to you too, baby. It'll help promote the show, and it'll also make it'll promote the trip, because the show didn't exist at the time. It'll promote the trip, and it'll kind of make it a little bit more appeasing for people to come along, because they get to meet several people versus just one, right? And so from there, I was like, ooh, if I invite other people from the franchise, why not get a show to show us on the trip, to not only promote the trip, but to also get some content out there, right? Because how often is it that we're all able to come together from Dallas, from Atlanta, from LA, from wherever, and be in one place, have an experience? I was really inspired by the Real Housewives Ultimate Girls Trip, where they had all these different housewives from different cities come together on this trip. So I was like, okay, this is perfect. Shopped it to Andario, who's over the Chasing Reality brand, and I was like, we can do like this Chasing Atlanta reunion, all-stars type of thing, where it's centered around the Power of 3, which you heard me say in the show is Lauryn and Q, who were on Chasing Atlanta with me. They're no longer there no more. It could be centered around us, our friend group, because people love to see us together. And Lauryn and Q, as well as myself, have always spoken together about doing business, hosting our own shows, hosting our own workshops, doing things together. Just making money together, because people like to see us. We're all business people. We love each other. We trust each other. So why not do it? Why make $1 million by yourself when you can make $10 million together and split that and take home 3 apiece? I think that's smart. And plus, that's less work for just one person to try to get on, doing their own. So anyways, the original idea was a Chasing Atlanta reunion with Q, Lauryn, and I reuniting after years of not being together, in front of the camera and behind the camera. And then we were going to invite other people who had been on the show to kind of have like this reunion catch up. Let's talk about some of the things that happened in the past. Let's document this craziness as we put on this show. As we put on this trip for the people. Let's see what craziness happens now that we're all back together. So, a little behind the scenes tea, we wanted Gardini, who eventually did agree to do it. We wanted Devon. Y'all remember Devon from seasons 1 and 2. We wanted Montel, who was on season 2 and 3. I wanted Lyric, who was on seasons 1 and 2, and then I believe we included Cameron somewhere in there, who was on seasons 1 to 4. So we are having these early conversations. Unfortunately, we were only able to get, at the time, and We Were Born, I'm so sorry. And We Were Born, right? And so we were only able to get We Were Born and Gardini, Rick Rosa, to sign on, right? So we're like, okay, this is about to be the Chase in Atlanta. I believe we called it, I can't remember what we called it, the Chase in Atlanta Takeover, was it the Getaway? I don't know, I can't remember. Which is where you see the marketing from, hey, Dustin, what's going on, man? Where you see the marketing on Chasing. Am I back? Is she back? Can y'all hear me? I'm so sorry. I'm so sorry. Can y'all hear me? Am I back? Am I back? Is he back? Can y'all hear me? Yay! Okay, so if you go back and watch Chasing Atlanta season 5, where the original marketing was rolled out, you see me, Lauryn Q, and then you start seeing people added like Rick Rosa and We Were Born, who were officially signed on to not only do the trip, but to also do the show, right? And then we were bringing on people, just some auxiliary people to keep it fun. I think the Chasing LA people said they were coming, and then some of the Chasing Atlanta people said they were coming. As time goes on, people are actually signing up for the trip. People are actually paying their money. In the end, we had over 40 people there, I believe. Definitely over 40. Over 40. For my first time, I think that's freaking amazing. But eventually, Lauryn and Q, the key people in this whole operation, not only in the actual trip, but the show, expressed to me that they potentially could not come for their own personal and business reasons. We held out for a hero to like the 9th hour. And when I say the 9th hour, I'm talking about like, when did when did we have that phone conversation? I think we held out until like January, to see if they were still going to come. And the trip was in February. Mind you, I had presented this idea of a spinoff of All of Us to James Knox. James Knox is a big-time reality TV producer, showrunner, just queer black excellence out there in Hollywood. He just did the 10th season of Married to Medicine. He's done the Cartel show down in Miami. He's done Real World Reunion that was on Paramount Plus. He's that guy. But he also is a huge fan of chasing reality content, as well as the best friend, or one of Funky Nineva's best friends, and in turn, someone that's been in my sphere, my orbit for a couple of years now. So I was like, James, listen, I really want to put on the show. I want to produce the show to potentially, shop it around and whatnot. But I need to make sure that it looks good. I need to get the manpower to actually film it. Can you give me the money? I'm sorry for moving the camera. James said, okay, Oliver, I believe in you. I'm going to give you the money. He gave me the money for the camera people to fly, to film, to stay and eat, as well as work. I had already paid the money to Theo and the travel agent. I think that was the first thing I paid for. Let's go ahead and lock this in right now. So by the time that the Power of 3 said that they were not coming, I had already committed myself and people to doing the show, so I could not back out. I'll be very honest with y'all. As much as people think I am vain, or some people like to say I'm vain or all about myself, baby, I was not thinking about doing no show by myself. I had The Circle was about to come on, and I didn't know what was going to come along with that. I was still working with Dr. Heavenly. I was now working with Miss Pat. I was working with Candy. I was trying to do my own thing. Baby, I did not want to have a whole show and a whole cast and a whole crew to be responsible for by myself. However, at the point at which I had already paid the money to have the camera crew come, I was like, I need to come up with a product. So that's when I talked to Daria. I was like, well, listen, this is what's going on in my life. Do you think that we can restructure it to where it's a show about me, but I still, include people on the experience? I reworked it, rewrote it, and this is where we got in the mix with Twixt. We stumbled into it, But you know what? At the end of the day, now that it's out and I'm done, I actually thank God for doing it because I just believe the Lord really wanted me to do it. Hence why he made the provisions and resources available for me to do it. And he probably, I think the Lord just had to trick me to do it because, you know, I just wouldn't wake up and say, I want a show about myself. He just, I wasn't going to do that because I didn't really think that I could do something by myself like that. You know, like, I think I'm funny. I think I'm entertaining. But a whole hour by myself about me, baby, I didn't really know about all that. I didn't think I could do it. I prefer, and I will always enjoy ensemble cast because the work ain't on me. I mean, even in this situation, the work isn't on me because everybody's pulling their weight. Everybody's doing an amazing job. But I just didn't think I could do it. But I'm glad that I actually saw it through, and we did it. Okay, that's the backstory on how we got to In the Mix with Twixt. Now let's talk about the actual episode. So my purpose in the Mix with Twixt, one, the first thing was to promote the Twixt Takeover, the international trip experience that, you know, I really want to get into. I've started this thing called the Twixt Takeover. Anytime I go host something, anytime I'm somewhere doing something out in public where I'm telling the people to come on out, I brand it as a Twixt Takeover because this is my curated experience for us to all have a good time. And I thought, what better way to promote my new business venture than to have a show about it. Listen, Kenny Burris is one of my inspirations. You know, I heard somebody say one time in a review about me that I was a capitalist. I think they said, if being focused on making money is a capitalist, baby, I'm a capitalist all day because, I mean, baby, we got stuff to do. I don't necessarily like money. I like what I'm able to do with money. I can live a great life. I can go where I want. I can buy what I want when I feel like it. I can do projects like this. I can sit around for a week and not do nothing. Money is great, and I don't know no person on this world that says, I got enough money. We all looking to make some more money. So I thought, what way to promote this by having a show about it? I wanted to also try my hand in creating, producing, and show running a reality TV show. You know, I've done Chasing Atlanta for a couple years. I did the T.S. Madison Experience. I did The Circle on Netflix. I did the Hulu special. I popped up on Brad and Judy. But I was like, you know, with all my experience and also working with a lot of people who've been on reality TV and knowing people who've done it, I was like, let me see if I can do this myself and put together something myself. And so far, I think I'm doing an okay job. I wanted to have a product to shop around. Behind the scenes stuff, people are always asking me what I'm doing, what I'm working on. And, you know, now that I'm working and moving in better circles with more people and higher people, you know, I got a meeting with a really big network in a couple of days. Why not slide my docu-series across the table and say, well, this is what I'm working on. This is how many people watched it. This is what they feel about it. What you say? Because the people out here looking for content. And ain't nobody just gonna walk through the door and be like, hey, we want to give you a show. No, baby, you got to go get it. The kingdom suffers violence, and the violence is taken by force. Baby, you got to want it and go get it. So this is me wanting it and go get it, okay? And then lastly, I really wanted to show queer people of color, young people of color in a different light. And this is not to knock anything that anybody else is doing, because I love Zeus content for what it is, which is just pure entertainment. I love a lot of shit I watch out here on social media and on TV. But a lot of it for me is a lot of one note. It's a lot of physical violence. It's a lot of... The ceiling is very evident when it comes to educational level, when it comes to maturity, when it comes to moral compass. And not saying it's a bad thing, because I'm not, because I ain't nobody to judge. But what I will say is not all of us subscribe to that lifestyle. Not all of us have that same journey. Not all of us respond that way. Not all of us do that. And as someone who has a little bit of a following when it comes to social media and television, now that I have my own opportunity to curate a show, I want to make sure that people see young black people and people of color who are educated, who do own their own businesses, who not gonna throw a drink across the table, who not gonna put their hands on each other, who are, yes, we're gonna fight, but we're gonna read in a very sophisticated, mature way that is respectful of not only the other person, but of ourselves. And that's probably one of the biggest things I'm proud about in the Mix with Twixt, that people are getting from the very episode. Yes, we're gonna be messy. Yes, we're gonna cut up. And trust and believe, oh, the people cut up. That Nicole cut up. That Jatuan cut up. That Mama Twixt cut up. My auntie Shantae cut up. Theo cut up. Oliver cut. Everybody cut up. But we cut up in such a way that we can still walk away from this with our dignity. We don't got to worry about nobody getting fired. We don't got to worry about none of that. We were still entertaining, and we're going to be entertaining while holding ourselves to a certain level. And that's probably the proudest thing I'm actually extremely proud about when it comes to In the Mix with Twixt. Just the Black excellence, the Black queer excellence, okay? All right, let's go into the intro. So, y'all know I'm a content creator. I edit, I create graphics, I create videos for the people, YouTube intros, all that other stuff. And Dario, who's over the Chasing Reality YouTube channel and who is the only editor on the channel, I'm the only person who's ever edited something that's present on the channel. I edited Chasing the Beat. I edited the behind the scenes special y'all saw, or hopefully y'all did watch, for In the Mix with Twixt, where we were doing our green screens for the intro. And I did the actual intro for the show. Y'all know I love a nice throwback. I love nostalgia. And so I was like, I want my intro to give real Disney. That's so Raven, Martin, with some current influences I got from the Sherry show with the colors and the multiple people on the frame, which I also got from Martin, you know, twisting them, turning them, all that other stuff. And so that was my inspiration in creating the intro for our show. I really wanted to be colorful. I wanted it to pop. I wanted it to look different from the other intros that we've seen on the brand. And I really wanted to establish a certain tone for the show from the intro, which is going to be fun. It's going to be colorful. It's going to be spicy. It's going to be very unique, but it all comes together to tell a beautiful, beautiful story. On to the opening sequence. So many people know me from different places. Some people know me from Chasing Atlanta, Chasing Reality. Other people know me as the content creator behind some of their favorite personalities: the Spices, the Shekinahs, the Heavenlies, the Quads, the Miss Pats, the Candies. Some people know me from watching my top model interviews. That's all they know about me. That's the guy who interviewed all the top model girls. Some people only know me from my Joseline's Cabaret interviews. That's the guy who talked to the girls about Joseline's Cabaret. Some people only know me from The Circle, or the guy from the T.S. Madison Experience, or the guy. So I really wanted to marry everybody together wherever you saw me from. This is who I am. This is what I've done. This is how everything kind of falls into my timeline and my journey. And this is where we are now. One thing that probably gets lost a little bit now that I'm watching it, and it probably won't be so evident. I did say it a little bit in the opening, which was, baby, now, you know, I've been in Atlanta now for 10 years. This August makes 10 years I've officially been here when I moved to attend Morehouse. And I'm just at a place in my journey now where I've honestly accomplished everything I set out to do within these first 10 years of me being here. I've actually done every single last thing. And for a while, I thought my success was contingent upon my affiliations, where when I did like a review of everything that I've done up until this point, yes, I've been affiliated with some amazing things, but the success has still transferred from my different ventures, whether it's creating content for myself, the top model interviews, whether it's creating content for other people, my clients, whether it's doing music, whether it's doing television, whether it's doing journalistic work. There's been a reoccurring theme of success and all that, which only told me that I don't necessarily need to depend on linking up with other people or relying on who I'm attached to. Bitch, you can do this shit by yourself if you just focus, believe in yourself, and do what you gotta do. And that's a big message I really want to stress to a lot of queer people out there. You know, a lot of times we think we have to be an accessory to a woman, or if you are a woman, we think we need a man to assist us. And no, the same way God blessed them to be successful and attract success, baby, you can too. We don't need to hold the purse, because we got our own purse. And I think people like RuPaul, people like T.S. Madison, Funky Dineva, people like Billy Porter, so many people out there, queer people of color out there doing their thing, showing us that we can do it. Like, we can do it on our own merit, on our own talent. Okay! And that's what I'm trying to do with In the Mix with Twixt. Show y'all that y'all can do it yourselves. Bitch, I'm low-key trying to show it to my damn self, because, baby, this whole process, mama is nervous. Mama is nervous, and I'm praying every second of the way, because I really don't want to fail. And I'm fully exposed right now. If it fails, everybody gonna see it. Anyways, the opening scene. I filmed this show. Honestly, if you really quantify it up, we filmed that whole week of the trip, which was about 8 days. And then after that, we probably filmed another 7 days. So this show you're watching was filmed in 2 weeks. Baby, I'll Tyler Perry this thing. One, I don't want to be doing this shit all day. We're not finna be doing all that. It ain't even that serious. It is, but it ain't. We didn't have a lot of time to do this. And we had to be very intentful with what we did and how we did it. And so we see us. Oh, thank you. I appreciate it. So the opening scene is the beginning of my birthday week this year. A lot of my close friends were not coming on the trip, so it was important to me that I not only spend some time with them, because at that point I had been traveling every weekend with Miss Pat. I was working with Candy, and the circle kind of had me busy too. Baby, I ain't seen none of them. I wasn't seeing them unless I was having a party of some sort out in public where I was hosting, which is still work. I wasn't spending a lot of time with my close friends as much as I would have liked to, or they would have wanted me to. Also, I really wanted the viewing audience to see who my real friends are. A lot of things that people have seen of me have been contrived, and not to the point that it's fake, but when you do these shows, and all the shows I've been a part of, other than the T.S. Madison experience, because those were people that I work with. But even with that, that's still business. I wanted y'all to see the people that I hang around, the people that make me feel comfortable, the people that I talk to, I laugh with, I joke with. It was important that y'all saw that. And moreover, it was important that my best friend Darius be a part of this show, because I needed someone in this process who I trusted, that I knew always has my best interest at heart, to be a part of it, so that I can be softer. I don't have to feel the need to perform or be more amped up or gassed up, and that I can kind of have vulnerability as I go through this process. And Darius is definitely one of those people who make me feel very comfortable, make me feel very safe, to where I can just be myself. And I'm so happy y'all love Darius. Like, that is one of the most resounding opinions that I've heard from people who've watched the first episodes, that they love Darius, and I'm just so happy. I've been trying to get Darius out there for the longest, because the bitch makes me laugh. I was rooting for him with and Dario for him to get casted on what was that? The group chat that's on Chasing Reality. I just think Darius is amazing. He's a good person. Me and the bitch ain't never had no issues. He's very real. He's very authentic. He's very smart. He's very mature. He's very level-headed, and I love the hoe. That's my bitch. We were talking about the issues I was having with my mom, my ex, and my work life in the kitchen, baby. All that shit was real. Life gets real for me sometimes, and I know it may look a little easy, and I really don't complain, because I never want to communicate to God that I'm ungrateful, because I don't need him taking nothing away. But it does get hard, and I am human. And at that time, baby, that stuff was weighing heavy on me. It was weighing extremely, extremely heavy on me. And baby, I was restless. I was tired. I was tired. I was tired. And not only was the trip a lot for me, and please, let's think about it. I now got this reality TV show. I got to make sure it gets filmed and turned in because I didn't got these people money to film it and turn it in. I now got a whole production crew that I'm now responsible for by myself. I got a cast that I'm responsible for by myself. I got a whole trip with 40 plus people in a whole other country that I've never been to by myself. I got businesses, in my Nene Leakes voice, that I still got to run and operate while I'm even on this trip. I still got content to turn in for myself and other people. Baby, it'd be a lot. It'd be a lot. I'm grateful for it, and I thank God for helping me develop mechanisms and systems to put in place to help me organize it. And I can say now, about 4 or 5 months later since then, I'm in a whole better place when it comes to operating everything. But at that time, baby, that shit was hitting me all at once, and it was a lot. Baby, it was a lot. And it was all real life. Okay, let's break it down. Let's talk about my work life. Well, we talked about my work life a little bit. Let's talk about my mom. So at that time, baby, me and my mama was not talking. I don't know what's going to show on the show, so I'm not going to go in full detail about what happened between us. But honestly, it just got to a point where I just was tired. And I really wanted to enjoy the couple of months that were coming. Like I said, The Circle on Netflix was coming out. And at this point, that's the biggest thing I've ever done in my career, baby. And I was finna enjoy it. I wasn't going to have no negativity. I didn't want to argue with nobody. I didn't want no pressure, no tension. I needed to free myself from that because I felt like every moment before then of success I had, there was a bit of negativity present from people who were closest to me that when I look back on it, I'm like, did I get the full experience that I should have based on me deserving this? And I just, at that time, I felt like the healthiest thing was for us not to talk. However, I knew she was coming on this trip and I was going to have to see her. And I'm never going to, no matter what, when the people get around, the people ain't finna know me, my mama got no issues. Now, y'all know now because, it's on the show. But, I got to talk to her. Our family is coming. And that was something that was very heavy on my heart because I didn't know how this was going to happen. I just say no. We talked about my ex in the kitchen. And I won't say it was a problem because, honestly, at that point, I had been broken up from him really 3 months. And it wasn't something that I regretted. I was actually happy. And I've softly dated since then. And I'm proud of where I am when it comes to choosing guys and courting guys and attracting guys. And I will say this too. Side note. Baby, after I left that situation and I started holding my own self to a higher standard on this is what gets across my threshold to even say hello to me, baby, it's been fun. I done met some men, I can't even say boys. I done met some men. I'm like, Lord, I didn't know they made them like this. I didn't know that I can get them tall, with money, in nice hands. That's all I'm saying. I didn't know they come like this. So God, thank you. The only bad thing, I won't say the bad thing, but I was looking forward to him coming on the trip because the trip would have been, I think, our 3rd year being together. And we have been through so much. And to me, the trip represented a milestone of him and I being together in a new place for the first time, enjoying ourselves. And so while I was happy that I was out of that relationship, I want to make that very clear. I was very happy that I was out of it. With the trip coming up, I could not help but be reminded of some of the things I originally hoped would come out of it, which included him and I spending time together. And then I already talked about the Power of 3, what was going on with that. I was looking at some of the comments and some of the reviews for this show, and people thought that the text that I got from him while sitting there was staged. Let me break it to you. Ain't nothing about that scene. Ain't nothing about this show is contrived or staged. I am very proud, extremely proud to say the entertainment, the shock value, the fighting, the emotions, the tears, everything you guys will watch happened in real time. The only thing that is contrived is the scene work, i.e., we're going to film Oliver and his friend celebrating his birthday. We're going to film Oliver going to Darius' house talking about where the trip is. We're going to film Oliver meeting up with WeWereBorn. Today, Darius, we're going to see you call everybody to check in. Those things are contrived, which they have to happen because don't nobody just get a camera and be like, okay, what we doing today? No, we got to know what we doing before we get here. That's how you not waste money and time. But that text message I got happened in real time, and I wish Dario would have included the part where I looked directly at him and I was like, did y'all tell this boy to do this? Because ain't no way we just finished talking about him, and now he is texting me after I haven't spoken to him in about like 2 months at that point. Baby, what's going on? So I hate to break it to y'all, and I know when y'all watch TV, I know on the Real Housewives and the VH1s and the MTVs, y'all used to people faking scenes. Baby, we don't got that type of time, money, or poker face to do that shit over here. This is real life shit. And in real life, I got that text at that moment in time, and I was gagged. Watching the show, we then cut to me in my green screen talking about the Beagle Live that happened in real time as we're doing my green screens, which at this point of me doing this review, it happened, let's just say a month ago. Yes, we love Darius. It happened like a month ago. I wanted to include that because I needed people to know, like, this is what goes on. And I know people know that, you know, this is my show. I'm putting it together. I'm watching everything that's being edited. I didn't want nobody to think that I'm trying to save face or I'm being unfair. I don't need nobody thinking I'm no Shawnee O'Neal or Nikki Gilbert or Mariah Huck, nothing like that. No, baby, this is what's going on. In the same way that we are technically exploiting everybody else's experience, baby, I got to be the main one. And this is what happened. This is what's going on right now. Baby, this... I just gotta take a break and make sure I say the right thing, because I'm not gonna lie, I'm human. I be wanting to read, especially when I know I ain't did nothing wrong. And then people be bothering me, baby, I be wanting to tear. But I know the Lord gonna tear into me, and I'm not trying to mess up the good credit I've been establishing with him for months. And I need my blessings to continue to pour in, and I don't got no time asking for forgiveness for talking bad about his children. So sometimes I just got to take a little pause and just breathe and just think about what I want to say. What I will say is I was very shocked that Beagle Live happened. Hey everybody. I was very shocked because the last time I spoke to my former partner, we left on a good note. You know, I left saying, you know, I'm not going to talk about you, and to anybody who watches my content, please drop down in the comments here and later when I post this video on YouTube. It's something I haven't talked about. It's something that I haven't even gone in full detail with Darius or my mom or other close people to me, because honestly, when it happened, it was something that I was ready to leave behind me. I didn't feel the need to rehash it. The only reason why it got included on this show is because when he did the Beagle Live, his main motivation was, you know, he felt like I try to maintain this squeaky clean image out here with the people, and he really wants people to know who I really am and stuff like that. And listen, I'm not going to be bullied out here by anybody, especially somebody who was once attached to me, who benefited from what I do directly, probably benefited the most from what I do. You're not going to tear down this movement, you know? And the only way to disarm the enemy in this situation, and I quote from the Bible of Funky Dineva, you never let nobody spray you with your own tea, baby. You take that power back and you tell your own story. And so I decided to tell my own story of what was going on in my life on my docu-series that is monetized, where the people watch, and every time they watch, ka-ching, 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 in the words of Funky Dineva, again, pay me for my pain. so that we don't have to we don't gotta go through this again. You know, I don't need nobody thinking I ain't feel like putting on no clothes. You know, today I'm off. My mom down in the comments about why I'm in my drawers. Child, y'all, the way I've been posting, thank God that I'm in this, okay? But yeah, that's why we decided to include that, because one, it really happened, and I'll even be more honest. Shit, I needed something to pull the people in. This was going on, so I'm gonna tell y'all what's going on in my life, baby. The man saying that I'm down here, taking dick in the bathrooms and public bathrooms. That I'm around here hooking up and whoring and doing all these things. Let me tell you something. I'm gonna tell y'all what's true, what's not true. I'm gonna tell you what happened, and we're gonna move on to the next thing. While I was in a relationship with that gentleman, I only had sex with one person, and that one person is him. I am very scared of STDs. Baby, I'm telling my business a little bit more. Fuck it, I didn't even know about this. Baby, I had caught an STD when I was in college. I said, oh no, never again. We're not finna do this. Oh, we're not finna be reckless like this out here in these streets. First of all, you'd be too embarrassed to go down to the clinic and sign a little paper saying, and they always ask what you coming for. You got to put, I'm coming for, I don't want to write that shit. I don't need these people thinking I'm a reoccurring visitor down here because I don't know how to control my booty hole. And then, I'm going to even be a little bit more honest. I don't want to bring something home to him and get him infected because I'm going to have to pay for it. I'm not going to go through all this shit. I talked about it on the Chasing Reality YouTube channel when we was reviewing the episode, Darius and I, and in my brain, I was like, I got all these little nasty videos from over the years of me engaging in things because I like to look at myself, okay? I just do. That's my thing. From time to time, it ain't my thing no more because I don't got time for this shit. You know, if, baby, once it's gone, it's just gone, okay? And right now, I'm focused on the Lord anyway, so I don't need to be thinking about no booty, dick, or balls. But I was like, okay, well, instead of keeping it on my phone, I'm going to keep it on a Twitter page where I can just go watch it when I feel like it, and I can close it out, delete it, and then, you know, that was my mindset. And so from doing that, I then found out that there was a whole universe on Twitter where the people would be posting their videos, and mind you, the videos, ain't no way you would ever know it was me. Ain't no way. But I'm basically living vicariously through this persona of things that I could never do, would never do in my personal life. So yes, did the Twitter exist? Yes, they did. Did the content exist? Yes, it did. Were the conversations happening? Yes, it did. However, nobody ever knew it was me. I never met up with none of these people in real life, and I never had physical sex with anyone, not even virtual sex. I never had nothing outside of that. Was it wrong? Absolutely yes. Let's be very clear. It was very wrong, especially with me being in a committed relationship. It was very wrong. Which is why now, since then, I've decided to lead a certain life. I haven't had no alcohol for about like 3 months now. I think it's officially, I think I can say 3 months. Yeah, I can say 3 months. I haven't had an alcoholic drink in 3 months. I haven't smoked no weed. During the time I was in that former relationship, there was a lot of drugs, because weed is drugs. There was a lot of alcohol. There was a lot of unhealthy eating. There were a lot of unhealthy habits that I had adopted that I personally feel like, looking back on it, was blocking me from thinking rationally and doing what was best for myself. And I got to a place where I was like, God has blessed you with all this shit, Eddie. He's put you in a position to be successful. He's giving you so much to be responsible for. Why are you treating his blessings like that? And once I put it like that to myself, and I'm a person, I don't like disappointing God. I don't need him mad at me. I don't want to make him mad. And I really do strive, if I know better, to do better. And once I framed it like that, I was like, I got to change my life. I really got to change my life, and I really got to get back into my righteous place, because I do believe and I do know the Lord has anointed me and appointed me to do what I do in this time. And why would I squander his blessings that he's given me by recklessly engaging in shit like that? A nut ain't that damn serious. And it just ain't that damn serious for me to lose everything that I've worked for and built. And yeah. Okay, to wrap all that up, Where are me and the boy now? We've had conversations, baby. So mind you, I do want to say this. So mind you, after the boy got on Bigo Live and did all this, the boy calls me. Well, I called him because I'm like, I thought we was good. Like, I thought we was fine. The boy admitted, and I want to be very clear. I want to get this clear soundbite. The boy admitted that something triggered him that day, and I guess he's still dealing with whatever happened, rightfully so. But he admitted to engaging in that live with the intent to hurt me, to embarrass me. He admitted to lying. He admitted to misconstruing the truth. And I could have recorded this conversation, but honestly, I felt like that would have made me like him and a whole lot of people out here that do not so nice things, and I don't want to be like that. You know, I feel like at the end of the day, God got me. God know the truth. We all know the truth, and we all got to give an account, and we all got to answer to it one day, okay? And honestly, once he said that, I was like, okay, well, Jesus, the Lord got me. Because the Lord talks about all this about people who, hey! And I don't want to be caught up on that side of the biblical Christian insurance policy. I just don't. We've spoken since then. They I guess they back in Atlanta. They asked to rent a room. Well, they didn't ask to rent a room. They asked to rent my living room for a week. And I was like, well, how the hell I went from being this vile creature to now you want to be a tenant again? I didn't understand that part, but it ain't really for me to understand. Baby, I said no. The Lord has set me free. I'm not going to look back and turn into a pillar of salt. And he reached out to me the other day because he said people have been reaching out to him about the episode. To be quite honest, I don't give a fuck. And like I told him, like I'm going to tell y'all, I'm going to say like I told him, I said, I wouldn't have spoken about this. And a lot of that stuff would not have made the show if you did not create this whole storm over there on Bigo. And, baby, I'm going to cover my bases. I'm going to protect myself. So I'm going to tell it. Because I never need you thinking down in the future that you can get some money or get some fame or you can get some clout or have an experience off Oliver Twist's name. No, yes, I did it. Yes, I did it. I'm going to tell the people, I did it. I did it. Do I hate him? No. I actually pray. I really do that God blesses everybody. God heals everybody. God forgives everybody. God has mercy on everybody. That God just looks out for everybody because that's what he's saying. That's what he's saying in his word. Like, in order for God to forgive us, we got to forgive his children. And ain't none of us perfect. And listen, I don't got no heaven, hell, or jail cell to put a bitch in. So I'm not going to say that, you know, what he did was wrong. That's between him and God. I don't got shit to do with none of that. All I can do is just say, I forgive you. Like I told him, I do. I forgive. Because my focus, my sole focus right now in life is to be right with God and to get all the things that God has for me. And that's no lie. So I cannot waste time or energy hating, being bitter towards any human on this earth. I'm trying to see the I'm trying to fulfill the destiny that I know God has put on my head, the mantle he's put over here. I want to see it on this side. This side, so I don't got no time to be fooled up with the fool around. Baby, I forgive you. Just don't violate my space and leave me alone. Just don't violate my space and leave me alone. And whatever done happen, you and the Lord got to deal with that. I don't, because we looking good over here and we doing good, okay? All right, on to the next thing. Hopefully this is my last time talking about this bullshit. The strippers. Shout out to Jay's Anatomy for sending the strippers my way. Y'all know I love me some strippers. I act like I don't, but I really do. I don't know. I think that's my thing. I think I get a kick out of doing shit I ain't supposed to be doing. You know, what is that called? Like, ooh, bitch, I ain't really supposed to be doing this, but I'm doing it. Y'all let me know what that is. Okay, anyways, moving on. Meeting at Darius's house. I first want to talk about my hair. So I had got this brand deal with Fi Hair to promote their hair, because a lot of people who follow me are women and are gay or are queer people who like beauty. Which I think is just so amazing. I thank God every day that some type of way I've become a curator of beauty for women. I think that's so amazing. I don't got nobody's titties. I don't got no coochie. And I would tell y'all this, by no means do I ever think what I do is superior to a woman, or I'm trying to compete with a woman. I came from a black woman. Black women have been my main inspiration in what I do, and I love the black woman. And I'm grateful that I'm able to curate content for the black woman, and that black women hire me to do things for them. How I identify. I guess if we had to go off science and what the people say in the books, I'm genderqueer, meaning you can call me he, you can call me she. I'll take both of them, and depending on the day and what I'm given, I may be given both of those. I do believe that I have both energies on the inside of me. My mom talking about she Mexican, Lord Jesus. Only thing Mexican in you is a chalupa from Taco Bell you ate yesterday. I believe that I do believe I have equal a male energy and a female energy based off how I identify and how I view myself and how I feel about myself, as well as what I've heard people say about me. Straight men, straight women, gay women, whoever. That's how I feel, and that's how I choose to identify. What does that mean? Baby, one day I may be rocking my Nike outfit. The next day I may have a 30-inch bundle wig on my head. I may have my lashes on. I enjoy being pretty. I enjoy looking beautiful, at least what I think is beautiful and pretty. And I love it every day. And the man folk, listen, this man told me to bring the wig to the bed. I said, oh no! Baby, this is quality hair. You're not gonna be tugging and pulling on this. Now this you can play with all day, and this I don't give a damn. This just clips in and we can strap her down real quick, but you're not gonna be pulling this. The men like it. I ain't worried about it. And I tell you out there, don't be worried about what people think. Do you. Whatever make you feel good, do it. If you want to stick a horn up your ass and two London bridges falling down, going up and down the street, baby, do it. If you want to identify as a duck, be the best duck you want to be. At Darius's house, we finally come to the conclusion that the power fear is not coming. And I want to say this as well. I am not, and because I don't know how it's coming across, but I want to be very clear that I'm not angry or upset with Lauryn or Q for choosing not to come, because I first have to show compassion, because I want people to show compassion to me when things happen. I understand what they had going on at that time, and I respect what they had going on at that time, and them choosing to prioritize their lives over doing this. However, what is also true at the same time is that by them backing out at the last minute, it did put an extra stress on me to deliver this product, to make sure that everybody who was involved wasn't affected, that I could still give something, and I could turn something in. And what does that mean? That means, like I said earlier, I'm the one who's writing the show out. I'm the one who's making sure stuff is filmed. I'm making sure the schedule is going out. Footage is getting uploaded. Emails are going out. Any grievances. The casting. And I'm also a cast member. That part was frustrating. And it slightly is frustrating because I'm still having to, do a lot. We're almost to the end. And again, I'm grateful for it. It's definitely got a whole lot easier. But at the time, it was frustrating. So two things are true at the same time. I respect them. I'm not angry at them. I still love them. But when it came to the business of this whole situation, it did add a lot of pressure on me to try to fix it and try to restructure and move the machine forward the best way that I could. Why Nicole and WeWereBorn? So like I said earlier, I needed Darius casted on this show because I needed someone that I trusted, who really knew me, who made me comfortable, somebody that could be comedic relief on the show. Nicole was already coming. She was already coming on the show, as well as WeWereBorn. Remember I said earlier, they had signed on to the original idea of the show, and they were actually official co-hosts on this show, which means they got an additional contract to where whoever signed up underneath them, they got, compensation. I ain't gonna talk about what it was because that's between the three of us. but they were actually official co-hosts on the show. In terms of In the Mix with Twixt, they were now going to replace what Lauryn and Q would have been doing in terms of the trip, which was hosting, as well as on the show, where before they still would have been in the main cast, but they wouldn't have had to do as much work and as many scenes, but now they're doing a whole lot more. And even with Nicole is probably just going to be doing cameos here and there. And if she caused any trouble, we would have included her. But in terms of like getting the green screen or all that other stuff, that wasn't a part of the original deal. But now, I need you to now be a part of the actual show as well as the Twixt Takeover. Nicole is important because Nicole crazy as fuck. We all need a Marlo Hampton. Every show needs a Marlo Hampton. As aggravating as it may be, those people keep the shit going. Because I'm not going to act the fool. Darius not going to act the fool. My mama, my auntie Theo, they're not going to act a fool. We need somebody who don't give a fuck. We need somebody who don't give a fuck. And Nicole don't give a fuck. Nicole can get a crumb. And this shit be funny to me. I don't know why y'all people out there let Nicole get on y'all nerves. Because Nicole really be key on the inside. This shit is funny to me. And I enjoy every second of it. WeWereBorn were also important because I needed like a wild card. I needed someone that people would not expect to be there and would be interested in seeing how their involvement affects the show, right? Going back to Nicole. Her issues with Jatwan. Baby, I didn't know about that until I asked him to be a part of the show because I don't be on the internet like that. And I think it's very crazy for anybody to be on the internet giving free content away. That's just me. And so when the children be getting arguing down on other people's platforms, I think it's crazy, so I don't even watch it. But once I found out that they had got into some type of scuffle, I was like, well, this is perfect for the show. I'm gonna tell y'all the truth. I was like, this is perfect. There go another storyline right there. Jatwan and Nicole, they ain't never met each other. They didn't argue virtually, which I think is crazy. I think it's crazy as hell to argue with a bitch online you ain't never meet. But that's just me. But we're going to talk about it. Now that y'all together, let's see what this interaction looks like. Because y'all have all that smoke for each other on the thing. What y'all doing now that we pulled up to the Cancun? What y'all going to do? Lastly, I think Nicole is the bomb. Nicole is a trans woman who is very successful. I've been to Nicole's house. Nicole's house is laid the fuck out. I'll be very honest. I compare Nicole's life in her house and what she does to T.S. Madison. And I'm not talking about like T.S. Madison, like the media superstar and all the other stuff, because there is an obvious difference. But Nicole lives, baby. And that house she got out there in California, the cars, the maid service, the food, the lifestyle, mama got it. And she didn't have to get it. And I'm not slut shaming, and I ain't shaming nobody that get their money through sex work, because I support sex work. I think it's the best business out there. Low maintenance, and the revenue is endless. And the girls who scam, even though stealing is a sin, but I ain't judging nobody. I wanted Nicole because she's a black trans woman who lives a very attractive lifestyle, who did it the honest way. And I thought that was very important to be known and be shown. Let's go on to WeWereBorn. Again, I already talked about why them. We already had this very very tense history that people saw on season 3 of Chasing Atlanta. However, what y'all don't know behind the scenes is that we've been made up a long time ago. Now, I'm only gonna tell what it is from my side. I would say we officially made up the night that Lauryn had her premiere party for her show, which was back in, I think, 2021. I want to say 2021, because I had just did The Circle. I had just came back from doing The Circle. And I want to say it was 2021. We all went to Darius's house after the party. They spoke their piece. I spoke my piece, and we keyed and we moved on. And then when we saw each other, it was nothing but hugs and love, right? But I knew that people who did not know that happened would be interested in seeing how we would be on this show and on this trip. And again, as much as real life this is for all of us, when putting together a show, you still have to have talking points that make people engage and be interested. You know, you got to have something. Because we just don't watch TV just to be watching. If that was the case, the ratings on the National Geographic channel would be out of this world. Because we'll just be watching peace and grass grow and water splash and all this other stuff. No, people like to see confusion. People like to see things develop. People like to see the experience. And why not bring along people who people know on this channel and in this arena that I haven't had the best history with in the past? Why not bring them along so people can see us now? You know, which was the original premise of the show, this big reunion. As well as I think they're talented. And I think their story with them being, Jatwan being non-binary, Berlin being a trans woman, them also living honest lives, creating great art, great content. They're entertaining. I find them to be funny. Why not include them and also show them on the show as well? I thought they looked amazing in that scene, and actually in playback. Damn. Okay, I'm almost done. I got 2 minutes on this. I'm gonna come back. I'm almost at the end. So I'm gonna end this live, and then I'm gonna start it again just so I can record it and have it and be and attach it when I go to upload this on YouTube. But to wrap up WeWereBorn, their scene actually was my favorite to watch. It was funny. It was very informative. The people were activated. The people looked good. And I was happy to see them back on the screen. We have a chemistry. I think we have a way of talking to each other. They make me laugh, and I was very excited to have them a part of the trip as well as the show because I knew that they were going to bring something. Everybody to me is bringing something. Darius calling everybody. That was funny to me. Berlin not answering that phone and him hanging up on Nicole. Baby, TV gold. That shit was funny to me. And again, Darius is so funny. Yes. Okay, so I'm going to end this, and then we're going to talk about BQE, and then we're going to get out of here. See y'all soon. We are now at the scene with Darius where he calls everybody. I thought it was so funny. I wrote that in the show because I needed people to see Darius outside of me. Once we get to Cancun, we all going to be cooped up together. There's a lot of group scenes, so I wanted to try to get as many solo scenes as possible so that people could see the other people on the show exist outside of me. You know, it can't be me the whole goddamn time. It's not gonna be me the whole goddamn time. It can't be me the whole time. I don't even want to watch me the whole damn time. And so I was happy to see Darius be funny and have those moments with the other characters on the show. I thought that was great. We see Oliver in Hollywood. I had that included because I need y'all to know that while all this is going on, baby, I'm still out here working. I still got shit to do. And I have my own reasons why I need this trip to be amazing. Yes, it is a business venture that I'm getting into, but baby, I'm tired too and I want to enjoy it. And it's my birthday. Like, it's my actual birthday. Now we on to the BQE scene. So a couple months ago, BQE had contracted me to host once a month, every first Sunday at their lounge, my own thing. And they were, you know, baby, they was giving me percentage. Anytime, let me tell y'all something. And this is too, I ain't gonna get into that because I'm gonna make this too long. What I'm gonna say is, I'm grateful to God that, you know, I can do these types of things and the people come out. Baby, that BQE thing was packed out. The people came out. I don't do it no more down to the BQE. I just did one at Candy's place for the premiere of In the Mix with Twixt, and we also did great there. I'm grateful that if I scribble my name on a piece of paper and put the flyer up and say, come party with me, the people come. It's a blessing, and I thank God for it. All that chaos y'all saw was happening in real effing time, like everything else in this show. And I love me some Shara. That's my girl. I am Brenda Rello, who decorated not only this party for me, but she was the one who decorated my birthday party at Big and Bougie last year with the balloons and all of the decals. And it was just, she's just freaking amazing. She makes all these things from hand. And so when I walked in and I saw the step and repeat, I saw the balloons, I saw the pillows, I saw the table decorations, I was just like blown out of this water. And everything that happened before then did not matter one bit, because who doesn't like seeing their face on stuff for everybody to look at? Who don't? I was so grateful to everybody who came out, who spent time and money with me to celebrate my birthday. It was freaking amazing. And then on to me talking to my mom. So even though my mom and I were not speaking at that time, I think we had chatted just a little bit, and I knew my mom like still watched everything I did, and so I was like, okay, well, hopefully she'll make it. I want to say I invited her. I don't know. I can't really put my finger on it. What specifically was going on? Hey, Willa Miller. But I knew once I spoke to my mom on the phone and she told me that she hadn't been feeling well. I felt bad because I know what lupus does. Her sister, my aunt, unfortunately succumbed to complications due to lupus literally a year prior. My aunt passed away the day after my birthday. And so to hear my mom say that she hadn't been feeling too well, it really, it made me feel bad that we were in that place. And even though, I felt like distance between her and I was the most healthy thing to do at that time. I wish we could have been in a better place to where I could have been a resource to help her while she was going through her battle and not feeling so well. Baby, that's that on that. 22,000 people then watched In the Mix with Twixt. I appreciate it. I'm so grateful to y'all. I'm so appreciative. I thank y'all. Y'all continue to watch. Continue to share. I'm going to be doing my own reviews every week. Y'all know how I do this. And I love y'all and I appreciate y'all. We are doing the Twixt Takeover. It has been confirmed. We're going to the Dominican for 2024. We're going to Punta Cana. So goddamn black and ignorant from the South. Punta Cana. We're going to Punta Cana. And that information will be rolled out in the upcoming days. But I just want to once again thank everybody. I want to thank Daria. I want to thank the cast, Darius, my mom, my aunt, Theo, who you will get to meet next episode. You'll get to meet all three of them. We're excited about that. Thank you to Jatwan, Berlin, and Nicole. Thank you to James Knox, Tia. Thank you to Brandon and Reggie, Jamar, Shatil, and everybody out there who's watching. If you want to put a commercial in, just contact me, reach out to me, and we'll handle all of those logistics. But we are accepting commercials if you want to promote your business or your services or your show. Please hit me up, and we'll get that squared away. And I'm just thankful to everybody who's watching. I'm thankful for the reviews. The reviews have been nothing but positive. There has been zero complaints. I won't say zero complaints, but compared to the negative things that people have had to say, which really is either been we don't want to see Nicole or we don't want to watch a whole hour of Oliver. That's been like here, but hey, who was this? Hey, Liam Hayes 31, how you doing, baby? But the reviews, the feedback have been amazing, and I'm grateful. So, In the Mix with Twixt has officially landed. It's coming on every Tuesday at 9 p.m. Eastern Standard Time on the Chasing Reality YouTube channel, and I'm so grateful to y'all. Continue to like, continue to share, subscribe, comment, and I love y'all. I appreciate y'all. I love y'all, and I appreciate y'all. I'm hungry as all get out, so I'm about to get off of this and feed myself. If you're just now tuning in, I'm going to edit these videos together and put them on my YouTube channel so you can watch in its entirety. Thank you. Thank you guys. Thank you guys so much. Thank you guys so much. I am so appreciative of it. We all, on behalf of everybody, thank you. But until next time, guys, be sure to what? Pray and Kegel. Okay? And don't be in no bathrooms in Lennox giving up your God-given goodies, okay? Because you may have a partner who's going to tell everybody about it. Bye, y'all.